Hey, what's up, everybody? I am Jay Hollingshed. I help athletes win more competitions and consistently produce better stats. I help entrepreneurs become more productive and consistently earn more profits. I am your high performance mindset coach, Jay Hollingshed, empowering minds from the locker room to the boardroom. And right now, I am empowering minds from my home right to your home through your phone, your TV, your device, whatever it is, your iPad. I am empowering minds right now, and today we are going to empower minds from the standpoint of awareness and mindfulness. Thank you for tuning in, and people are tuning in already. My brother AJ, Rosalind, thank you. Troy, thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. I appreciate you guys. Elizabeth Fletcher tuning in. Okay, we got plenty of people tuning in. Fantastic, fantastic. At the beginning, we are tuning in. Thank you all for tuning in. If you are watching this on repeat, thank you all for tuning in. Fred, thank you for tuning in. If you are watching this for the first time, thank you for tuning in. And for those that this is actually episode 71 of 365. Chief Staples, how you doing, sir? That's one of my fried chiefs from Memphis back home. If you are watching this episode from wherever you are, this is episode 71. So episode 71 of 365. And if you want to catch any of the episodes between 1 and 70, you can go to my YouTube channel. And also to catch this episode in its entirety, please visit my YouTube channel. Now let's go right into what we're talking about today. This is day number 1 of the week. So we're going to discuss pillar number 1, which is awareness and mindfulness. Awareness and mindfulness. Now, many of you know I had a very eventful weekend this past weekend. This weekend in Louisville, Kentucky. And in Louisville, hey, my wife is tuning in. I got to stop and acknowledge my baby. How you doing? I appreciate you, babe. Louisville, Kentucky. There was a bluegrass volleyball tournament which lasted 2 days. There were had about 166 courts. You had 900 teams competing all the way. Teams from New Orleans, Louisiana, all the way to Canada. Everybody converged in Louisville, Kentucky for this tournament, and it was very eventful. Got a chance to network with a lot of college coaches, to plant some seeds to try to get this thing going the way I wanted to go. Physically and emotionally draining. So right now I am trying to empower my high performance mindset to bring you some quality in this video. So awareness and mindfulness. Now, how many of you ever look at some of the most organized people that you know, and you're amazed at how productive they are? You're looking at their workspace, you're looking at their desk, you see everything is in order, and you see everything has its place. Not only does everything has its place, it's in its place. And you wonder if any work ever gets done in that office or in that workspace, because it looks like a setup for a Photoshop or a photo shoot. But on the flip side, you look at those you know that are entrepreneurs that are struggling, and they are you look at their workspace, the frazzled entrepreneur. And those are the entrepreneurs that are constantly saying, I gotta work. 12 hours a day, they're putting in their time, and their workspace is totally different. They got tons of paperwork everywhere, hundreds of sticky notes everywhere. They have a whiteboard that's full of random statements. It's just written sideways, zigzag. We got words written around curves, around words in a curve. You got words put in bubbles so they won't get them mixed up with other words that are already on top of other words. And these are all reminders, all to-do statements and things like that. And the thing is, that's coming from their mind. What happens in your mind is expressed outside of your mind. So when your mind is cluttered, you have a cluttered workspace. Your space outside of you is cluttered because what's inside is reflected on the outside. A couple of more people tuning in. Edwin, Reginald, I appreciate you all. Now, talking about these two different entrepreneurs, we have the frazzled entrepreneur and we have the organized entrepreneur. Let's look at the differences. We talked about the workspace. Let's look at the differences in their physical appearance. The frazzled entrepreneur, working so hard, he is physically drained and emotionally drained all the time. So their posture is more than likely to have a slumped over posture versus the organized entrepreneur who has a posture that's straight And that also reflects their confidence level. I'm always working, I'm down, I'm tired, I don't want to talk to anybody, I gotta work, I gotta stay on the grind. But if your posture is straight, your back is straight, you're upright, and you're like, okay, I got this, I gotta go. I'm rolling with this now. I can do this because you're organized. Your thoughts are organized. Not only are your thoughts organized, your eyes are not red. You have more energy. You're able to network at the drop of a dime. I see a lot of likes and hearts going up. Thank you, Ellie. Hey, how you doing? I appreciate you. That's one of my coaches in the cohort that I'm in. Ellie Starrett. She's also a performance mindset coach. And we're talking about these two different entrepreneurs. We have those that are ready to network at the drop of a dime. Those are the same ones that are organized. Their workspace is organized. Why? Because their mindset and their mind is organized. Their thoughts are organized. They have the whiteboards that are written. Everything is neat and sectioned out. If they have a lot of words on their whiteboard, they don't have a sticky notes everywhere. These are the ones that are ready to network at the drop of a dime and build their business because they have that energy they constantly have that energy. Instead of saying, not today, let me go and get myself together and pull myself together, make sure my eyes aren't red, make sure my tie is straight, or make sure that I look presentable, my hair isn't all over the place because I'm stressed out. That happens all the time. Now, when you see these two types of entrepreneurs, you are seeing the results of awareness and mindfulness and a lack of awareness and mindfulness. Now, here's a common question that's usually asked. Are you supposed to clear your mind when it comes to being mindful? Are you supposed to clear your mind and focus on one thing? Or better yet, here's the definition of mindfulness. Mindfulness is a pretty straightforward word. It suggests that the mind is fully engaged or attending to what is happening or what you are doing right now, the space that you are currently moving through. Another definition of mindfulness. Mindfulness is the voluntary action of a dualistic mind to observe the responses to experiences and phenomena. Also, awareness is what is revealed to the mind from a combination of your intellect and your mind being influenced from a meditative state. So mindfulness is an activity that results in awareness. That's why they call it a mindfulness practitioner. When you practice mindfulness, you gain more awareness. Other people are tuning in. Gary Smith, my other firefighter from Memphis, I appreciate you. The entire Memphis Fire Department is tuning in. Fantastic. So, here are some quotes, a couple of quotes and some testimonies on mindfulness to kind of get you into the mind of what mindfulness is and give you a clearer definition. Mindfulness is a way of befriending ourselves and our experiences. In other words, you have two different things going on. You have yourself and you have your experience. But mindfulness brings the two together so you can see exactly what's going on and how it's going on when it's going on. I've been on a website called embracemindfulness.org, and there are tons of testimonies. I had to write a lot of them down and bring them to you so I can give you a better understanding of mindfulness. One testimony says, I found a better understanding of myself and how I become my best self. It is life-changing. It reduces my stress level and tension. It increased my understanding and acceptance of those around me and greatly reduces the toxic thoughts and reactions that causes anger and self-doubt. That's one of the greatest benefits of practicing mindfulness and in mindfulness meditation. Here's another one. Mindfulness helps me feel calmer, more focused, think more clearly. I can make more informed decisions now. I can sleep better. I am transforming my relationships and I have increased energy. That testimony is shared with a lot of people like Oprah Winfrey. Steve Jobs was one that meditated and was a mindfulness practitioner on a regular basis. Some of the other ones that I've mentioned in my past broadcasts on meditation and mindfulness, you have a lot of athletes. I mentioned LeBron James. I mentioned Steph Curry, Michael Jordan. A lot of track runners, they do mindfulness meditation. Somebody else I was trying to mention, Nikola Tesla, the inventor of the Tesla coil. I talked about him a lot. He practiced mindfulness meditation. One that I didn't mention was the entire 2015 Seattle Seahawks football team. That entire year was the year that they won the championship, but they meditated that entire year, not as individuals, but as a team. They had a mindful meditation practice. And when it got to postseason, they kicked their mindfulness meditation practice up even more. They kicked it into high gear. And we see the results that happened from that. Now look at everybody that I've mentioned already. More people are tuning in. Dwayne Akon. All right. Okay. Marcella Okiki. Thank you. Everybody's tuning in. I appreciate you guys. You're coming right into this mindfulness meditation. Now, the mindfulness meditation results of everybody I just mentioned, the athletes, the entrepreneurs, the celebrities. What's the common denominator in their mindfulness meditation? A performance that resulted in greatness. Everyone, look at the legacy that they have left or that they are leaving. They are leaving a legacy of greatness. Mindfulness practicing actually enhances a high performance mindset. That's why it is so important that you would want to practice mindful meditation. Moving right along, there's one more person that I've learned about that it threw me for a loop. I was doing some more research on inventors that practice mindful meditation, and in conversation with a couple of more performance coaches, I was informed of this one guy. He's a black inventor by the name of Lonnie. I had his name written down. Let me find it real quick. First name is Lonnie. I'll give you his last name in 1 second. Lonnie Johnson. Now, Lonnie Johnson invented the Super Soaker. Yeah, that huge water gun that everybody uses. It's like turning on a water hose. Lonnie Johnson invented that. And from what I found out, Lonnie Johnson went through the same process that Nikola Tesla did when he invented the Tesla coil. What was that process? That process was envisioning your invention through a mindfulness meditation, but you envision that from concept to, you envision it from the concept to creation. When I say concept to creation, I mean in your mind, you thought about what it was going to do. And then you went on to meditating on the process of it coming from your mind, going into physical construction. And that was part of your meditation process. You saw it going to physical construction. You saw it going through the phase of being put together and the mistakes that were being made. You saw the mistakes being made. You saw the mistakes corrected. Then you saw it going back to the assembly line, being constructed and put together, and then being placed in the stores. It's going through the test runs, the trial runs, then placed in the stores and being enjoyed by many families. So that all took place in the mind first, from mindful meditation. That's how Nikola Tesla did it with the Tesla coil. He went through making the mistakes in his mind first and correcting them in his mind, then physically going through the process of creation, then he was avoiding the mistakes he already saw in his mind, and everything came out well. Because of the Tesla coil, we have the Tesla car and all of the electric motors that we have today. Now, Lonnie Johnson, the inventor of the Super Soaker, I'm told did the same thing. That's why he was able to be rewarded $72.9 million in residual income. Not residual income. He was awarded $72.9 million in royalties from his invention of the Super Soaker. But like I said, when you practice mindfulness, the reward and the common denominator or the results from practicing mindfulness are having the high performance that you have. It's a known fact that the body follows the mind. And if your mind is clear to make the informed decisions, like all the testimonies I just read, when you think clear, your mind is clear, free from clutter, then your physical body will work the same way. It will work from a point of clarity, not from a point of confusion. Because if you're confused in your thoughts about what to do, you're going to be confused in your actions. If your mind is clear on what to do, then your actions will be clear on what to do, and you will proceed from a point of clarity and have greater results. All from what? Being a mindfulness practitioner and practicing mindfulness for awareness. That's all that I have today on day 71 of my 7 pillars of mental performance in 365 days. Now, if you want that same clarity, you want to clear up your mind and your desk, you want to practice and be able to perform from a high performance mindset, that high performance clarity that everyone that I just mentioned, everyone from the 2015 Seattle Super Bowl winning Seattle Seahawks who practice meditation, all the way to Nikola Tesla and Lonnie Johnson, these inventors that practice mindful meditation to get to where they are with that place of establishing a great legacy. If that's what you want, you're having a hard time getting there, you want to establish your mindful meditation practice, reach out to me. I can coach you to that point. Reach out to me, inbox me here on the platform that you're watching, or go to speaktojay.com, speaktojay.com. Let's talk about it. The consultation is free. We can talk about getting you what you want and where you want to be. So that's all I have. I appreciate everybody for tuning in, and the people that have recently tuned in. I didn't mention you: Kevin Marzette, Romeo Brown. Wow, everybody's tuning in. Oh, wow, I appreciate everybody for tuning in. That's great. Thank you for watching. Be well, stay blessed, and through love, be a blessing. Practice your awareness and mindfulness. I'll see you guys tomorrow when we talk about concentration and motivation. Thank you so much. Be well, stay blessed. Through love, be a blessing. God bless.